to episode 5 of the APDA Videocast Series. Today we're going to walk you through a typical competition day. Competitions can be fun, but they can also be stressful for both dogs and owners. If you've never competed before, you'll be entering an unfamiliar environment with lots of activity for both dogs and people. But you've been working hard with your dog at home or maybe with a trainer or club, and you've decided you're ready to enter your first competition. Well, here's a step-by-step guide to help you through the day. First, choose the competition you want to enter. Organizations' websites and Facebook pages are your best go-to resources for competition information. Make careful note of the times. Most competitions have a specific weigh-in time, usually about an hour before the competition itself starts. Plan to arrive well within the weigh-in window so you have plenty of time to get yourself and your dog settled in. Before you leave home, make sure you have everything you need for both you and your dog. Here's what we suggest: a portable dog crate, your dog's weight pull harness, water, food, treats, and snacks from home for both your dog and you, a folding chair for yourself and anyone who comes with you, and you may want to bring a cover for your dog's crate to give him some privacy, and a portable fan if it's going to be a warm day. Once you arrive at the competition venue, park in the designated area and unload your vehicle. It's usually best to set up your dog's crate in the appropriate area before you unload your dog. Once you take your dog out of your vehicle, you may want to take them for a short walk so they can become familiar with their new surroundings. At check-in time, the event organizer will have entry forms for you to complete and will collect your entry fees before you weigh your dog. They may also have information regarding membership or other events that may interest you. Next, your dog will be weighed. Your dog steps onto a floor scale, or if the venue uses a hanging scale, your dog will step into a heavy-duty sling, which is then hooked to the scale, and your dog hoisted up just enough so his feet are lifted off the floor. The event judge records each dog's weight in whole pounds according to the organization's rules and notes the weight class in which he'll compete. You've checked in, your dog's been weighed. Now you have a little time to relax before the competition day starts in earnest. This is a good time to let your dog settle into his crate and to chat with other competitors. After the weigh-in, but before the first competitive pull of the day, the judge calls a handlers meeting. This is where rules are reviewed, the process of the day's competition is explained, and handlers have the opportunity to ask questions and give their input on weight increments. The competition order for the first weight class will be announced and/or posted, and the competition day officially begins. The judge typically calls 3 dogs at a time: Dog A up, Dog B on deck, Dog C in the hole. This means Dog A needs to enter the chute for their pull, Dog B should be harnessed and ready to go when Dog A has finished their pull, and Dog C should be putting on his harness. Listen closely for your dog's name so the competition day can run smoothly and efficiently. When you and your dog enter the competition chute, there will be several people waiting for you. The hooker is the person who will hook your dog's harness to the cart. If your dog is uncomfortable with this, you may ask to hook him up yourself, and the hooker will observe. The backer is the person behind the cart. They hold onto the cart to prevent it from rolling forward after your dog has completed their pull. To the side, you'll see as many as 3 other people: the judge, who determines a clean, completed pull, the timer, who times each pull, and the recorder, who records the weight pulled and elapsed time for each competing dog. Once your dog is hooked up to the cart, the hooker steps away. If your dog is leashed, you should remove the leash and hand it to the hooker. Now it's just you and your dog, ready to pull. You may position your dog in the chute and pet him and talk to him until you're ready to pull. But remember, once you let go of your dog, you cannot touch him again until the pull is completed, time has run out, or until you decide to end their attempt. In most competitions, the timer starts either when you call your dog or when your dog starts to move the cart forward, whichever is first. A pull is completed when the front axle of the cart is over the finish line and the judge audibly says, "Pull." If you touch your dog before you hear the judge call pull, you may be disqualified. At the end of each pull, the hooker will bring you your leash and unhook your dog. You should exit the pulling chute and return to the holding area with your dog to await your next turn, while the backer repositions the cart for the next dog. The judge watches everything that goes on in the competition chute. She watches the cart to be sure it's properly positioned, calls the pull complete, stops the timer temporarily if the dog or cart is unsafely tangled, and informs each competitor of any infractions. While you're waiting your next turn, be considerate of the other competitors. Some dogs do well if they're simply leashed and staying with their handlers between pulls. Other dogs prefer to be crated. Be aware of what works best for your dog and be respectful of the other competitors' choices. Be sure to check the rules of the organization sanctioning the event regarding food rewards between rounds, and if you do give your dog a food reward, be sure to do so away from the other dogs. Your dog does not need to pull in every round. You may decide to pass 1 or even 2 rounds, and there is no penalty for passing. Just inform the judge in a timely manner that you want to pass the next round, preferably at the end of your successful pull before you leave the competition chute. Keep track of the pulling order so you're ready to go when your dog's next turn arrives. At the end of each weight class, the recorder and the judge will finalize the results of that class and determine rankings. Each organization has specific rules regarding total weight pulled, ratio of weight pulled to dog's weight, time and/or number of competitors, which determines placement and points. Check the organization's rulebook to understand how your dog's placement is determined. If you have problems or questions throughout the competition day, be sure to address them as quickly as possible. Check with the organizer or event judge, and they should be able to help you with most questions or issues. Remember to be considerate and do not interrupt or delay another competitor's pull. Many hands make light work, and your willingness to volunteer throughout the competition day is always welcomed. Let your organizer know you're willing to help. Cart handling, hooking, keeping the competitors lined up in order, all of these things help keep the day running smoothly. Each duty takes just a little bit of your time when we have a lot of volunteers, and help unloading the cart at the end of the day is always most appreciated. The last official act of the day is to announce placements. Organizers may hand out ribbons or prizes depending on availability and the size of the competition, and we encourage you to stay to the end to celebrate the accomplishments of all the competitors. Many organizers include a novice pull on competition days. This is a great way for newcomers to try their hand at pulling without pressure of competition. Organizers and fellow competitors often have harnesses available to borrow and are great resources to help you get started. Just check with the organizer for details regarding fees and when novices will be pulling. The competition is over, the ribbons are handed out, you've helped unload the weights from the cart and helped tidy up the venue. What's left? Well, pack up and head home with a good day of competition under your belt. Remember to take everything you brought with you: crate, food bowls, harness, folding chairs, and drive safely back home. We hope we've taken some of the mystery out of a competition day. There's a lot more to consider, and we'll take a closer look at some of the APDA competition rules in future videos. In the meantime, rest up, and we hope to see you at a competition very soon.